happy Friday. I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we're here in the kitchen today making a delicious dip that you can use any time of the year, but I think you're gonna wanna try it out this weekend. It's a white bean rosemary dip with roasted garlic. So it's not your ordinary dip that you kind of make, we make a lot of homemade hummus and we throw it in a food processor. So what I've done is I had heated an oven at 400 degrees and then I took a whole bulb of garlic. And what you want to do is take the top and just cut the top off so that all the garlic is exposed. You put it in a foil. You just take a little bit of olive oil, give it a little bit of drizzle, maybe a pinch of salt, and then loosely pack it up, stick it in the oven for about 30 minutes. You'll smell it, it will start to get brown and soft. You wanna let it cool because we're going to easily just squeeze out all the garlic cloves. They literally just kind of like pop right out. And so if you can see the texture, they're nice and mushy. So this is gonna give tremendous flavor, nutrients to it. Look how they just pop right out. Okay, I'm gonna get all of that in here for the flavor. And the only other ingredients that you need is a lemon. We're gonna zest and juice the one lemon. And I have some sprigs of fresh rosemary. That's it. So this can be, those are pretty much staples that you might have in your own home, and you can absolutely substitute dried rosemary for fresh rosemary. But, all of us are starting to think about our gardens, and if you have fresh herbs, I love rosemary on potatoes. That's kind of my go-to, but you want to use other recipes for that beautiful herb. Okay, so I got all of those pieces out. I'm just gonna grab a paper towel and wipe my hand. Okay, so I have 1 can of cannellini beans. I love using these beans because they're so creamy, they're soft, they're gonna blend really well. The thing you wanna do to get off that excess sodium is rinse it well and drain them. But beans are such a fantastic source of fiber and iron, so this really is nutritious. So in our food processor, we have the can of beans, we have the roasted garlic, and we're gonna do my favorite tool here, a little zest of the lemon. And the reason why I love doing that, whenever you're using citrus and you wanna squeeze fresh juice, this is where the flavor is. I wish you could just smell that, so refreshing. So this is gonna make it nice and light and bright. We wanna use that natural oil. And now we'll cut it in half and use the juice. I'm just gonna cover it. Again, you can use more tools. I'm just gonna use my hand to cover so that I can catch any little pits that might come out. There's 1 and 2. We don't want that in our dip. But if it came out, not a big deal. All right, we're gonna squeeze again. This is gonna be so fresh. Okay. So let me get a paper towel, wet my hand here. Okay, so we have our lemon. I'm going to add just a tiny dash of red pepper for a little heat. This is optional, you don't have to do that, but I'm just gonna add that in. And I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of the fresh rosemary. We're gonna sprinkle that in. And I'm gonna save a little bit for the garnish on top. That's it. Oh, my oil. I have about a 1/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. So you need that as a liquid to let everything blend nice and smooth. Okay, here we go. Check the texture. Okay, it looks nice and creamy. I am going to give it just the tiniest taste to make sure I have, enough of all those flavors, any seasonings. I taste the rosemary, I taste the lemon, it hits you. And I see, that's okay because I see the flecks of the green from the rosemary. So what I'm going to do is I have a platter here with, I found whole grain pita chips. So that's a great dip. You can use any cracker. And then I have some fresh vegetables. I have carrots, these beautiful radishes, and peas. So everyone in here is in for a little pre-Memorial Day weekend treat with our little board here. So if you're having company this weekend, this is such a super simple, and it's an elegant dip because you have the roasted garlic, you have the fresh rosemary and lemon, so it's something a little bit different than putting out hummus or an onion dip or spinach dip, which I love spinach dip, but we're really gonna pack in the nutrients here and more fiber and protein. Okay, so how does that look, right? It looks gorgeous. And what we're gonna do to even enhance it, a few extra sprigs of the fresh and the tiniest drizzle of oil like that. The recipe will be in the comments below. Have a wonderful, safe, and dry Memorial Day weekend. I know we're gonna get drenched here in New Jersey. Stay dry. See you next week. We're gonna be making tuna cakes. Again, a super simple, nutritious, and delicious meal. Take care.